guys from Kerala. Nice. Yeah, guys, drop in chat. Tell me where you guys are from. That's awesome. Yeah, we got people all over. Good to see you guys. Some familiar names. Some new names as well. Nice from my Nigeria, Malaysia. Jazzy in the house. What's going on, man? Hey, Beppo. All right, cool guys. Nice. Hungary as always. Hell yeah. Nigeria. Awesome, dude. I love seeing the variety. Everyone's coming from all over. Everyone's tuning in. It doesn't really matter what time it is. It's awesome. It's good
Hell yeah.
stuff.
Well,
So,
welcome everybody. I'm just getting to the office now, so Nick's gonna get started. But yeah, welcome everybody from all over. This is gonna be recorded. As always, it'll be posted on YouTube afterwards, and we'll get started with DXY.
100%. All right, cool. 38 people so far. Looking good. Let's keep going. Let's move on to some charts. All right, so guys, DXY, we start off on DXY every time. And I'm just going to reiterate. I know I say this every session, so some of you might be tired of it, but guys, it's pretty important. Like, we use DXY as a tool. You can't trade DXY. Well, we don't trade it anyway. We use it as a tool to better gauge how the US dollar is going to influence the rest of the market, because the US dollar makes up for 80% of all trade. It is considered the reserve currency of the world. So once you do see some moves happening on DXY, like this bearish leg here, you'll see some dramatic swings on, some major currency pairs like AUD, USD, for example. So it's always good to kind of jump on the chart, see what's going on, both intraday, weekly, daily, see what's going on the chart so we can better gauge where US dollar is going and how we can benefit from it on some of these majors. So what we want to do here is essentially go to the daily time frame first. Identify the overall trend is what we're doing here. We want to see the sentiment and see if anything has changed, and basically see where we're going on a pretty broad view. So we're pretty zoomed out. We can see that this is clearly bullish, right? Very, very bullish, until we got a transition, which took place as this monthly zone was broken. So price action pushed through it, right? Huge transition. Now we're looking for some sort of daily confirmed lower high. So ideally this would be, confirmed once we see structure hit. So the 38.2 minimum will drop to the 4-hour chart here. So we really want to see structure. We want to see a confirmed lower high. For me, for our rules, based on our strategy, we want to see 38.2 hit and then a reversal from there. That's always ideal. High probability trades are always present themselves after you see like proper structure formation and then a transition. Will we see that here? Maybe. We are looking like we're breaking through the bottom of this range, which was the other potential, scenario here where momentum just pushes price action lower and lower. Ultimately it will form structure at some point, but is that now or not? It doesn't look like it, because it is, again, momentum's just pushing this thing through support. It's probably going to test its resistance over here somewhere, either a quick one or a little consolidation, then drop again. So, our short-term, our 4-hour sentiment on this is looking bearish. So we could see more bearish movement. On the daily time frame, we would like that little bit of a pullback. But yes, DXY has been super bearish, guys. And this is both true for technicals and fundamentals. So you can see here that technicals are clearly very bearish, right? Everything's kind of lining up here. We're getting patterns. We're getting pullbacks, huge bearish legs. So that's fine. But also fundamentally, I have to understand that the U.S. is not really doing that great with all this Corona stuff going on, especially since our numbers are back on the uptick. So we're actually doing a lot worse than other countries rather, because they're controlling their numbers where we're not. So it's really not looking that great from a fundamental standpoint for the dollar. We're kind of just gonna have to see how it goes, just ride it out. Don't really have much of a choice, but hopefully we can make some profit on it, on this bearish sentiment on the dollar overall. All right, so that's DXY. Yeah, looking pretty crazy. I haven't seen it this low. Long time. Let's see some chat. Louisiana, Zimbabwe, India. Nice, guys. Happy to have you guys. Let's move on to our next pair, AUD USD. So this one, guys, I'm a little tilted on this one. I missed a trade entry. I'll cover it in a second, but it's upsetting. So let's go ahead and zoom out, identify this
What is up, everybody? So it looks like Nick's connection dropped out real quick. So can you guys hear me? Yeah. All right, cool. I'm just heading into the office right now, so just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna start recording and I'll get live with the session. In the meantime, we're gonna do a giveaway today for the Discord. If you guys want to get in on that, just put your Discord name into the chat. Later today, I'll go through and I'll pick a winner. So while we're waiting for me to get set up, just throw your guys' name into the.
All right. My bad, guys. My internet just dropped out on me. My bad. Can you hear me, Angela? Just let me know in chat if you guys, I think you can hear me. It says the mic's good. I'm just gonna start sharing in a second again. Thanks, Ray. You guys can hear me? Okay, cool. Angela, help me out here. Let me share this chart.
Let me see. I think you should do a hotspot on your phone.
I did. I'm already hotspotted.
Oh, you are. All right, fine. Fair enough.
Oh. That's great. All right, just let me share. I'll finish you here.
Yeah, I just got to get on my computer, so in case that happens again.
All right.
Dude, this internet at the office sucks.
I don't know. Yeah, dude. I don't know why. I'm gonna get a boost here because
yeah, we need to. It's so bad.
Yeah, because it's just so shaky. Like some days it's good, and then some days it's just terrible.
Here, you can share your screen.
All right, so we're on AU. That's where we left off, guys. All right, so we're talking about a transition on this daily time frame, right? We saw a break of this monthly, which is where the last lower high was. It lined up right with this resistance zone. We were bearish until that broke. We saw a break. So now we got some consolidation. It looks like this could be a confirmed higher low. And, could have a lot of room to run to the upside here. So we could, be reaching significant resistance levels, both at 0.735, right at the negative 61.8 fib level, and potentially higher to the weekly. So let's go to the 4 hour for a second. I want to show you guys, if you guys remember right before I disconnected, I said I missed a trade on this freaking pair. I'll show you what I mean in a second.
Yeah,
so,
make sure to unmute me. I'm about to join on my computer.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'll just do that right now then. Let's see. Let's see. Should be, oh, I don't know which one it is. This one probably.
Okay, you're good.
An echo. You good now?
You're good now.
All right, cool. All right, guys. So this was that break of that monthly, right? Came back, retested, right? 0.708 handle. Tested twice, started moving up. This is technically, more of an uptrend. We're getting some higher lows here. We got some higher highs over here. We're looking to make a new higher high now as price action is kind of exceeding 0%. But this was the entry here. It's a classic break and retest, right? So we saw that there was pretty much a confirmed higher low right here after it had pulled back. There is an inverse head and shoulders here technically as well. If you remove this line, it should be easier to see. These are the two shoulders. It's upside down. This is the head. It's landed neckline. It broke through. just another level of confirmation. But I had it kind of in this, just these two trend lines kind of just showing the constraint of price action here. So I wanted to see a break out of that. And that was, and I'm saying it's textbook. It's a pretty classic trade because it's literally a break and retest with a bullish engulfing MA cross as well. And then I would have taken that entry right over here, right on one of these engulfings. I'm pretty sure on the 1 hour was, yeah, but it executed at, what was it, 5 a.m.? Yeah, so it's 5 a.m. It would have been on this candle right here, right? Pulled back, hit the MAs, continued higher outside this new support, broke resistance, tested a support, and then continued upward. So it's about almost 50 pips. I think it hit 50 pips in profit. Would have been a really nice trade. But let's go over what needs to happen now. What are we looking for now? How can we take a potential trade off this? So if it does reject from here, we're just looking for a higher low at support, okay? That's really it. We're looking to go higher here. If we do get a pullback, just again, look for those confirmations on an MA cross. That would be super, super ideal. Really nice trade, clean setup there. But yeah, that's what we're looking for. That's really the only entry right now. I'm not going to take an entry up here. It's way overextended. My stop loss needs to be at a reasonable spot. So this is where it would be. Nice retest of this zone. Get in on a confirmed higher low. Nice stop loss. Good risk reward. And yeah, that's AU. Basically waiting for that pullback. So for us to consider bearish setups here, I'm honestly not going to short any of this until I see. I'm not going to short anything on AU because this is a freshly broken zone. So the potential for this thing to just shoot up is there. So I want to wait for at least a re-break of 0.708, our monthly zone right here. I want to see a break and retest of that and then a continuation to the downside. So we need to see lower highs below this monthly zone for us to go bearish pretty much. Okay. All right, cool. Let's see. You guys can, I keep saying my internet's unstable. You guys are fine, right? You guys can hear me good. Quality's good. Yep. Okay, cool. All right, good. Awesome. Thank you guys. All right. So then let's move on to our next pair. Let me just check chat real quick. Can you? Okay, cool. Move on to the next pair. Hold on one second. Next pair we're going to get into is AJ. Take that long and look. All right. Damn, guys. Sorry about that. This thing is just unbelievable. All right. Can you guys hear me now? This is just a terrible, terrible day as far as internet goes. All right, guys. Okay, cool. I'm just going to start sharing immediately because this is just getting nuts. All right. Back into the chart, guys. We're on AJ here. All right. So, oh my Lord. Just load the chart. All right, cool. All right, guys. So daily time frame here. First thing we want to do is identify the trend. Super bearish overall, right? Here's a 4-hour bullish trend after this corona spike. This is a correction. And we are still bearish, essentially, until this monthly zone is broken, okay? Try to turn off the webcam. Think so? Hold on a second. All right. So we are break, right? But we are in a very strong 4-hour bullish trend. So let's go ahead and drop to the 4-hour for a second. Get a closer look. Oh my Lord. And having some cellular problems too, or Wi-Fi. All right. So we are in this huge 4-hour trend, right? We have a giant ascending triangle here, and key resistance being right at 76.7. So we're pretty much just waiting for a break of this for us to make a larger move to the upside here. Okay, let me turn off this camera, see if that helps. Okay. All right, so we're looking for a break of resistance and then a clean textbook break and retest. That's what we're looking to enter on here. So this is our next play. However, if this zone does break and we do get, a giant leg to the upside, this could be a pretty massive move and could exceed 77.6. This is just a short-term target, so a nice break and retest would be super ideal. Look for some sort of confirm and then get in on, you can enter on bullish setups and then target higher. So this potential trade here is 30 pips to get about 90, 3-to-1 risk reward. Could be a pretty nice trade. Is it lagging still? Damn, guys, I'm really sorry. It's not supposed to. Really bad one. This is a crazy. I'm gonna put this by the window. Actually, it's hot spot. Let's see. Maybe this will. All right, I'm just gonna call in because this audio is. I'm gonna mute myself one.
What is up, everybody? We're about to get this result. Oh, all right, let's see. Hey everybody. Hey everybody, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. I'm just gonna get started. We got GU flying here. I'm gonna go with EU. Oh wow, so everything is flying right now. USEP as well. These are some trades that we have been in. Wow. All right, so let's bump up and go over some analysis on these pairs. If you guys at any point lose connection to me, it should be fine because I'm on my phone now. But if at all we lose connection, just put into the chat if it starts to get choppy or anything. But let's pretty much just take it from here. 1 second. All right, cool. So on the weekly time frame, Euro USD, as always, guys, we're doing top-down analysis. We're starting from the weekly time frame and working our way down to the lower time frames. Just bring up this chat. It's good connection. Yeah, it's good. Definitely good connection. Let me just message Nick and tell him. All right, cool. So all the way up on the weekly, we formed this new high. We're at this weekly support level. We got Nick. So we got this weekly support level here. So pretty much we're in a bullish trend. We're in a bullish trend, and then as always, we want to go down time frames till we can see structure as clearly as possible, all the way down to the 4-hour time frame. This is where we're seeing structure really well. Man, this thing played out really well. So down to the 4-hour, let's just look at structure again. Higher highs, higher low. Didn't form another higher low all the way until this point, all the way up here. But this is where we formed, broke through the moving averages, found support, basically triple bottomed in this area. Then the moving averages crossed again, retested these highs. And then at this point, we came back, formed this next higher low. We had the cross the moving averages here. And these are all buys now, guys. These are all buys. Overall, we're in a bullish trend on the weekly, the monthly, down to the 4-hour time frame. This is going to be our main time frame for structure. And as soon as this higher low forms, that's when I'm starting to look for buys. I jump down to the 30-minute. And on the 30-minute time frame, I can even go up to the 1 hour unless I need to break things down a little bit further for structure. And all the way down to the 30-minute time frame, or to the 1 hour, we've got this low was made, this lower high was made, this low was made. We broke resistance, made a new high, pulled back, made this higher low, and that's where the entry was, guys. This was the entry, in signals. It was right at 1.18280, right around there. So if I come into the signals chat, your USD 1.18260 was when the signal was given out. And we even signaled this earlier in the week, but we pulled out of it. Euro USD, it came back to break even. So we were just protecting ourselves. We went into at least like 40 pips of profit, then it started to pull back. So we were just maintaining the order. Yeah, we could have gotten it on an earlier entry, but at the same time, we protected we used risk management. We were able to take advantage of the next position, which ended up hitting 2-to-1 anyway. So it's not, not that big of a deal. So this again was entry right in here. EU's pushing hard right now. It is. Things going real high, which is nice. We actually just exited right around here. I was expecting maybe some sort of reversal, but this thing is now finding some legs. But yeah, guys, same as always, nice transition, higher high, wait for that first higher low. Higher lows confirmed, about to cross the moving averages right here. And, again, this thing's pushing higher now. We bump back up to the 4-hour, look at where overall we're targeting. This fib is pretty deep. If we wanted to use our fibs for targets, we could fib from this low all the way to this high, and I'm fibbing from this low because this is the previous higher low. This is the new higher high. We retested 38.2. You know, we're realistically targeting this negative 27 all the way up here. We're looking to push to that next level, and you know, that's a ways away. So again, right now today, we're not looking to get any entries. This thing is very bullish at a new high. We would need a pullback similar to this to get in on some sort of higher low. And this right here could have been a re-entry zone, guys. If you missed the trade earlier, this right here, we had this pullback, moving averages crossed again. Wouldn't have exactly entered at this high, but on this pullback, you know, right in this area, we started to get these bullish variations right here. We could have entered a little bit late on those. And if we're really like on the lower time frames trying to get in on this, this is also an ascending triangle, guys, which is a very bullish pattern right there. So just a couple confirmations right there to get long on this. You know, if we did miss the original entry and wanted to get in on it again, we need some sort of pullback now, guys, in order to continue to maintain this. So let's go to USEF. USEF's falling as well, which is good. Let's bump up all the way to the weekly, break down why we got in on this trade. Boom. So up on the weekly time frame, I'm just going to minimize some of this stuff that I got on my screen. Move this here. All right, cool. So up on the weekly time frame, you guys can clearly see that this thing is overall very bearish. You know what I'm saying? Overall very bearish. We fell into this monthly support level right here, but at the same time, we need at least a break of structure on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour time frame, we need at least a break of structure on that time frame in order to get long on this, and this is what we've been going over time and time again. So weekly, we're bearish. Daily time frame, very clearly bearish, and we double topped here. And look at the moving averages, red over blue this whole entire time. I want to break these down a little bit further. So I hit the 4-hour. This is where I can start to see structure. You know, retested the 38.2, guys. That is significant. We weren't going to get in on longs unless this level up here was broken. So I can even delete that now. Take off this lower time frame fib right here. So this is the move, guys. We had moving averages cross here. We had this formation of a lower high in this area. You know, we could have looked for entries all along this area. But, you know, instead, this is where the price was, formed that next lower high, and we were looking for entries all along here. So as I hit the 30-minute, get down to a time frame where I can see structure very clearly. This was pretty much the trade, guys, is we had, I'm going to bump up just to the 1 hour, clear things up a little bit more for you guys. But this is pretty much it. We had this higher high. We had this higher high, this higher low, this higher high, this higher low, this higher high. Then we broke, started making new lower low, rejecting this level over and over and over again. I entered a little bit early on the 30-minute, but as you can see on the 1 hour, really the true entry based on the actual like hitting of a lower high. If I bring on my fib, put it on, we didn't make it all the way up to 38.2, but at the same time, we did pull back enough right here to retest this support, now turn resistance. And we had our infamous bearish variations through the moving average. So if we wanted to get in on it in the true position, we could have entered here, stopped above this level, you know, targeting lower, first targeting 1-to-1 to get to break even, and then even lower as we can see it's heading. So that still would have been a great trade, guys. Would have captured, you know, a good 1.8% on your account, which is all that we're asking for here, guys. All that we're asking for is to capture 2%, 3%, you know, risk 1%, as we talk about every single time, so you guys can stay in the game and focus on managing your account, getting on FTMO. The name of the game, guys, is getting more money, acquiring more capital, having the ability, to trade 1% and still make a really good living. And, you know, the potential there, scaling that up, you know, is really where you guys should be thinking. But regardless of that, with USEF now, you know, we can't get in on another entry unless we see some sort of pullback. So we're just going to continue to maintain this trade. If we see some sort of pullback, we'll definitely get in on the signals, bumping back up to the 4-hour. And again, this one was given in the signals, USAF 91070. That's where we entered. You know, that was right where I entered on the position. Held this one over the weekend. We don't normally do that, but this one was just looking so nice. So we had to. So let's go over to GU now. GU is flying right now, which is looking good. Let's hit the weekly time frame and talk about what the targets are. So on the weekly, I'm looking for this to get up to this monthly level, this monthly key level that I have, guys. Previously, this level was tested, you know, multiple times on the monthly time frame. As we can see on the weekly, this thing has been very bullish, you know, pushing higher and higher and higher. So at this point, I'm looking to get back into this zone before we really grab any sort of sellers or buyers again. You know, down time frames on the daily. Obviously, this thing has been bullish, made this new high, pulled back, made this higher low, had the moving average cross. This has been buys ever since, guys. Ever since this happened, this higher low formed, this has been buys. Ideally, could have been nice opportunities down there. Would have been massive amount of pips if we held this trade all the way. But, you know, down to the 4-hour, let's focus in on this area. We had this rectangle forming. I had two situations, guys. Rectangle was telling me continuational pattern. We were going to push. Unless we broke below the rectangle, that's when we would go short. Obviously, that didn't play out. Up on this 4-hour time frame, we started to get the formation of another higher low. Right here, we had the break above, pulled back, retested this bullish engulfing. As soon as this went down, I was looking for buys, guys. I went down the lower time frame, looking at lower time frame structure, and this is what I see. Just need to focus on this area. Had these lower highs form, broke, made a higher high. For the giveaway, you just need to put your Discord name in the chat, guys. Just throw your Discord name in the chat for the giveaway, and you guys are good to go. So make sure you guys do that. It's just $25, but again, you know, it's nice. Yeah. So it's nice to, you know, get that going. So guys, put your name in the chat for a chance to get on the giveaway. I think Nick's connection's shot. So I'm just going to continue to take the session from here and go over as many pairs as I can for you guys. So again, you know, GU 30-minute time frame, where would I enter? We had these lower highs, made a new high, pulled back. Guys, these are entries right here. Boom. This high or low, first entry right here. Boom. First entry right there. Second entry right here. Boom. So we got two entries that we could have get in on. I didn't get in on those. I got in after the weekend. I didn't enter before the weekend. As you can see, weekend gapped a little bit. Boom. Right here. Hold on 1 second. Boom. So as you can see, let me just take this off. I just want to make sure everyone's muted. Okay, cool. All right, we're good. So as you can see, after the weekend, we made another high, pulled back, and then we just fucked around for a bit. You can ask a question. Anybody, if you got questions, just throw it in the chat, and we can go over in the session. So, dude, this started to fuck around so much, but these are all entries, guys. These are all higher lows that are forming. We're looking for higher lows. That's what our entries are, right there, higher low. Again, pulls back. This right here I wouldn't enter on because of this wick, but this one I definitely would enter on through the moving averages. And then last but not least, you know, had this one right here, this bullish engulfing. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4 opportunities to enter, guys. 4 opportunities to enter on this trade right here. You know, for the signals, we got in at 1.31080. So that was right around here. 3080. What are we at now? 1.31950. Boom. So GBP, USD, TP3 hit. And this is just what I do when, for the signals, try to keep it as organized as possible. We're trying to manage the accounts for you guys as best as we can. We're up about 90 pips on this trade or so. We're about 82 pips in profit. I'm going to close this probably very soon, honestly. This thing could push higher, though. Right now, we're at about 2.0 risk reward. So I'm just going to go ahead and close this position. GBP USD close plus 2%. Boom. We had a solid start to the week, up 3.8, up 5.8% this week, which is definitely solid. So yeah, guys, entries on this right here. You guys say you want to go over entries. Why not enter in the second why? I know why you're not entering the second rectangle highlighted. So all of the rectangles highlighted, guys, are entries. That's all potential entries that you can get in. I'm going to go over GJ. These are, do you have any hesitation of the bull's exhaustion for GU? No, personally, because I was looking at 30-minute structure, obviously on the 4-hour as we bump up time frames. And I know, Brian, you were saying you were waiting a little bit longer. I was all in on this. I was just all in. And the main reason was because of the moving averages. Even though there was bullish exhaustion here, it was riding the moving average. And this is like a telltale sign to me that we're just building up pressure. We're building up pressure. We're not getting any weaker. If anything, we're just consolidating on this lower time frame right now. And even up on to the daily, the daily looked a little bit even more scary, but we were still above the moving averages. Had this exhaustion last 2 days. But as I hit the 30-minute, I remained confident in the sense that 30-minute structure, very, very bullish, making highs, making this higher low. And as this wasn't breaking anything, what I'm saying? This wasn't breaking any sort of support or anything on the 30-minute. This was just consolidating within this range. And that's why these are all potential entries right here. They're all touching really this, retesting like this support level right there. And again, all the rectangles that are highlighted, those are all potential entries. 3 p.m. on the 1 hour, hell yeah. Let me show an example. Do you always need to wait for retest of a valid PRZ on the lower time frame based on number 5 in your training plan? No. You don't have to always wait for a retest of a valid PRZ. I'm mainly waiting for pullbacks through the moving averages, and then I'm waiting for momentum to shift back, in the direction of the trend. So here we had a nice, we had a nice push. I'm not trying to enter at the high. I'm trying to enter at a low. Pulls back, crosses. We're not trying to enter here. We need some price action confirmation here. So right here we get the cross combination with price action. That's telling me momentum shifting without looking at the lowest time frame. 5 minutes, 15 minutes breaking structure, and 30 minutes the lowest time frame that I'll go, guys. 30 minutes lowest that I'll look. And so yeah, if we were to fib this, which I don't fib on the lower time frames because I just don't need all this shit on my chart. This is the 618 area. We are coming to that area. If you guys are trying to count up confirmations and build your confidence, build strategy, I definitely recommend that. You'll see on some of my earlier back tests, I will literally be having my technicals on the chart. I'll be marking them with comments. I'll be counting them up on every time frame. That's what you got to do to get to where you need to be. At this point now, I know what I'm looking to enter on. I know how I classify structure. I don't need to see the fib on there. I personally don't even really use fibs too much. I'll put them on if I'm looking at them for projections, looking at them for projection levels and everything like that. That's what I'm trying to replicate the earlier backtest in the course. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like the earlier backtest in the course is a little bit different because I was still training, myself to see things a certain way. I think since then, that was over a year ago, what I'm saying? So at this point now, and we do have some updated ones. I put on a more recent back test, with USEF that I threw on there. And you'll see that I'm ripping through it a little bit quicker with less technicals, a little bit cleaner charts. But I always knew that, it was going to come with time. You gotta train yourself to see things a certain way. So, definitely put everything onto the charts like I was doing. Try to stick to the rules as best as you can. The rules do work. But the main thing right now that I'm seeing in regards to like my most updated strategy, the way that I work now, is, you got to know how to identify structure. Like, you got to be concrete in what structure is. And I personally just use the moving averages. I use the moving averages. This crosses back, hits 618, forms a support level right here. If this level breaks, guys, I know the gap kind of throws it off. I like to just, when there's gaps, I like to just pretend that like this price action was kind of right next to it. I would consider this to be a support level right here, and this was obviously tested, multiple times here. But, I'm looking at this. This is structure, guys, on the 30-minute. If this breaks this level, then I'm bumping back up. I'm bumping up first to the 1 hour, looking at 1 hour. Is there structure on this time frame? Structure starts to form here. So got to see if that structure is broken. Say the 1 hour breaks. I'm bumping back up to the 4 hour time frame. Okay. We're still bullish. You know what I'm saying? We're still bullish, still making this higher low. Just not to confuse myself with where we're at. You always got to be concrete in the 4 hour is where my structure is, higher time frame. That's where the flow is. You know what I'm saying? That's where the momentum is. That's where all the orders are going to come in. So I'm looking for buys. And that's so don't confuse yourself. Don't be sitting on a 30-minute trying to get in on random transitions and everything. Have the higher time frame in mind so you guys can ride out those higher time frame trends. And that's why right now, I'm still working on stuff today. I was actually going through like I was thinking through the situation with all these trades with USF, EU, and GU. And I was asking myself, I didn't have, I wanted to close out some profits for the week, early in the week. I wanted to get up, so I closed around like 1.5%. But I knew we were like at that point right here. I knew we were either going to reject this area, potentially lose my profits, go back to break even, or excel into that upper area, make that new high that we're forming right now. We're making this new high now. That's the potential here was massive to make a new high. And that's exactly, what we're doing right now. And, I had to go through that scenario in my head. Like previously that's happened where I've closed, had the potential to make a new high. It's gone into like a 4-to-1 risk reward that I missed out on. Today, same thing, I closed like right around here. We're coming up now into 1.5. So this is the importance of journaling, guys, the importance of reflecting on trades, on previous situations, how they impact future situations. And that's why I recommend for the beginner to start out on just a couple pairs, 1 to 2 to 3 pairs, so you guys can continuously see similar situations and learn from them and make adjustments and learn the ins and outs of one pair. I know I'm trading about 5 pairs right now, you know what I'm saying? But if I ever got to a point where I was less confident in what I was doing, I would just dial back. I'd look at my trades that I've taken. At one point, I was only taking trades on GU and USEC. That's because the data told me I was more successful on those trades. I have not won a trade on UJ. I won like 1 out of 8 trades in the last like 9 trades I've taken, whatever. So I stopped trading UJ. It doesn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean it's a bad pair for people to trade. It just doesn't work for me the way that I'm seeing the market. So you guys got to be good in that aspect, being self-reflective. I just want to answer one more question. I'm a swing trader and executing the position on the 4-hour time frame and using the daily time frame and weekly for directions. First of all, I guess, if you're a swing trader, you should still be looking to execute on the lower time frames, guys. Me and Nick technically are swing traders. We hold for 2 to 3 days. We're not holding for weeks and weeks. I consider that more position trading. Swing trading to me is like 2 to 3 to 4 days at the most. Like most of my trades the last 2 days, 3 days. Intraday, obviously, it's within the day, under 24 hours. So if you're a swing trader, guys, and this is the way that we teach, is you should be looking for that setup on the lower time frame, guys. The lower time frame is going to give you the best possible risk reward, and then you're trying to swing that risk reward into the higher time frame. So just off that first, the first comment there, what I want to tell you is get on that lower time frame, guys. Get on the lower time frame. If we have the downtrend market on the daily and want to enter a pullback, for example, 618 on the 4-hour, everything is uptrend. I have to wait fully for the 4-hour to make a new high, lower high for enter. or I can use the fib as a pullback. This is very situational. Very situational. She's basically saying that if the daily is in a downtrend and the 4 hours in an uptrend, do you want to wait for a higher low to enter, before getting, it all depends. For us, I like to just use my key levels, the monthly and weekly key levels, guys. Let's look at, this daily time frame obviously is in an uptrend, but the weekly time frame, if we bump to the weekly, we're still in a downtrend, guys, like lower lows, lower high, lower low, retesting now, lower high at this point. We're still in a downtrend. It doesn't mean I'm shorting yet. I'm just riding that lower time frame, riding the daily, the 4 hour, the 30-minute into what I would consider to be a key level, this monthly key level that I've placed up here. I'm just looking at momentum. It's very bullish. We broke above the 200-day. We started to consolidate up in here. I've seen this plenty of times before. I can look at this area, just assimilate to it. We started to consolidate, just building up more pressure, and then we headed to the upside. So don't confuse yourself too much, guys, with the daily's bearish, the 4 hours bullish, whatever. Use the weekly and the monthly. Weekly is bearish. Then as I get down, like right now, if the daily, it's hard to say like on this one, but for this example, like the daily time frame is bullish, but the weekly time frame is bearish. So my thinking process is like, on the weekly, where's the next level that I could potentially find sellers? And for me, that would be this key level. So until we get up to this key level, I'm looking to buy. Even when we get up to here, I talked about this on Sunday session, I'm not going to sell until a 4 hour breaks. Let's get over to UCAD. At the least, I need a 4 hour level to break. That's my main structure. Let's get over to UCAD. This is a great example of this. So let's start off on the weekly. Weekly time frame is bearish. Weekly time frame made lower low, lower high, made a lower low, had this pullback here, made this lower high, boom, and had this inverted hammer candle, this supply zone trend line. And as I go down to the daily time frame, daily we're still bullish. We're still bullish, but the weekly we're in a huge weekly confluence area to be bearish. So on the 4 hour, if I see this time frame start to break structure, at the minimum, this is when I'm going to start to think about sells. This is exactly what happened. We had this high, higher low, made this high, higher low, which I marked with this random line, broke this trend line, broke this support level, pulled back, made this lower high to confirm. Then we're just selling, guys. Selling all in this area. As soon as this happened, I'm even going to bring on this little parallel channel. Boom. Just to go down to the lower time frame, 30-minute, and let's just check out within here. Obviously, this thing is breaking higher, but like in this area, we had the 4 hour. This was that 4 hour. I'm going to bump up to the 1 hour right here. Okay, so this was that 4 hour confirmed lower high. On the lower time frame, we had a 1 hour breakage structure, pulled back. This was the first entry opportunity, guys, right here. Made this lower high. If we wanted to fib, this would be a 38.2. 38.2 right there. That's first entry. Then next entry, made a new low, pulled back, lower high. This would be a 618. Boom, 618. So, next entry, all these rejecting the moving averages. And then now what's going on, guys? We're breaking structure. We just broke this on the 1 hour. I'm going to delete this to clear this up a little bit. So what do? Bump up, bump back up. Where's my main structure? 4 hour. What's going on in the 4 hour? 4 hour, we're pulling back. 4 hour, we're pulling back now to 38.2. What do I need to happen here for me to enter another position? I need this. I need some sort of 30-minute break of structure, cross the moving averages, then I will enter. So, and using a nice pullback right now, about to retest the 200-day. But the daily is still bullish. The daily is still bullish, but, we got to count what are our confirmations. My confirmations are weekly being bearish, which I weigh heavily. Weekly is like my overall trend. And then daily and 4 hours, just kind of where I can see structure the cleanest. And 4 hour, at the moment, I'm going to be bullish or be bearish on this. This is forming some lows, lower high, low, lower high. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's go over to GJ real quick. I know this session was a little messed up. Nick lost connection. He wasn't able to go over his pairs. He's going to actually upload some videos. He's going to record some videos on the pairs that he goes over, and he's going to post them for you guys in a little bit when he gets into a better connection. So let's go back on GJ to the weekly. And GJ, again, is much similar to GU, guys. Overall, on the higher time frame, we have lows, lower high, low, lower high, retest of this low. Now we're pulling back on the weekly, and we were retesting this resistance level. Still a lot of bullish pressure, guys. Still a lot of bullish pressure. I'm looking for this to get all the way up to this trend line, to this 200-day. We're within this weekly and monthly key level right here. And now I just got to come down to where do I see structure really clean. Daily time frame is bullish, which is good. 4-hour time frame, boom. 4-hour time frame is bullish as well. Made this high, made this higher low, made this high. So I'm not going to short anything unless this level breaks at the moment. And I'm definitely looking to go long on this if this starts to cross. If this starts to cross, which on the 30-minute time frame would mean that we started to break some sort of structure, which we can see we're starting to break some minor structure right now. If this starts to hold, goes higher, pulls back, higher low, I'm definitely looking to get in on entry on this. So I'm going to update this one for you guys in the premium analysis. I'm going to get this one updated. So GJ looking to go long. I'll update everything in the signals, in the chat. Again, for you guys, sorry about the live session. The connection was shitty, but it is what it is. Nick's going to upload some videos later. I think we're able to cover a lot of good shit for the end of today. We are going to get started today with a little announcement in a little bit about a promotion that we're going to do for the course. If you guys are interested in the course, look out for the announcement in the chat. But for the giveaway, I'm going to get the giveaway posted later today. I'll look at everyone that submitted. Last call, if you guys want to submit your name for the giveaway, throw it in the chat. And as always, guys, appreciate the support, all the love. We're working hard on our end. You guys are working hard as well. And, we're just happy to bring some value to you guys and benefit. At the end of the day, me and Nick, we love trading. We made this community just to meet more people. And, it's grown into something much more than that, so we appreciate all the support for sure. And as always, tomorrow, another live session, Wednesday, 8 a.m. We're going to get back after it. And this recording will be posted afterwards. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your night. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow.